Okay, hello everyone. My name is Chen Tixin. My metric number is 8213774. We are group 3, and our topic is the role of emotions in decision making and problem solving. So for the presentation, let me introduce thing. First is my part, the introduction, Chen Tixin, and the next person is Peng Yanbo, and they are Zhao Xiaojing, Liu Yixi, and Li Yuzhuo. Okay, let's go to next part. Okay, so for the emotion, the hidden engine of decision making, how emotion influence our judgments behind the mask of rationality. Okay, so we know that emotions accompany our daily lives. Our behavior generate emotions, and emotions also affect our next or future actions. Therefore, learning how to manage our emotions will help us to make better decisions. So this presentation will explain the importance of emotions, how emotions affect decision making, and how to control emotions, and finally use the actual cases to illustrate. Okay, so as you can see, there are some redefining the role of emotions. And I think the emotion often precedes rational judgment. It is not a barrier, but a fundamental. Let us be the master of our emotions. Okay, that's all my part. Let's go to next part.
The second part is how emotions influence decision making. Emotions play a key role in decision making, and different emotions can affect people's decision making tendencies. Positive emotions such as happiness and excitement tend to promote people to take risky actions and tend to choose high risk, high return options. While negative emotions such as fear and sadness make people conservative, tend to avoid risk and choose a safer and familiar option. Neutral emotions help maintain rationality and promote objective analysis. In addition, emotion can also trigger some bias traps. For example, anger can help to impulsive decisions. Fear can make people overly avoid risks. Sadness can make people prefer familiarity, and excitement can make people overestimate the possibility of success and ignore risks. These emotions biases can easily cause decision making to divert from rationality and affect results.
Okay, so let's talk about the third part. Emotions are a double-edged sword in problem solving. Positive emotion like joy boosts motivation and creativity, helping us solve problems better. And negative emotion like anxiety makes us act quickly, recognizing problems faster. Both types of emotions help in different ways. Okay, so let's talk about the second part. Emotions can also create obstacles in problem solving. Strong negative emotion like fear and anger could cloud judgment, leading to poor decision making. Being in a low mood can cause rigid thinking, making it hard to find multiple solutions. And also, poor emotional management can lead to conflicts in teams, affecting collaboration and communication. Okay, so let's talk about the final part of part 3, which one is going to talk about the strategies. To manage emotions in problem solving, use strategy like emotional awareness and naming. Recognize and label your emotions like seeing and feel anxiety to control them. Deep breathing and meditation can reduce emotional intensity, allow to better thinking. And cognitive restructuring help us by changing your perspective on problems, seeing them like as challenges instead of threats. And finally, take time before making decisions. Avoid acting when emotions are high or low, and give yourself a cool-off period.
And then let's see the influence of the emotion. The first case, the family issue, fell into anger over housework dispute, blaming each other, which identified the conflict and left the problem unresolved. After the emotions calmed down, both parties communicated calmly and understood each other, and then they redistributed the housework reasonably and resolved the conflict. This shows that emotions can both identify conflicts and help solve problems. The sports issue, Xiao Zhao was frustrated because his training was ineffective, and he became lazy and wanted to give up. Xiaochun remained positive and took the initiative to adjust his plan to break through the plateau. Good or bad mood directly affects fitness, persistence, and results. And the third one, the exam issue. Seeing her classmates reviewing quickly, Xiaomei became so anxious that she lost her method in reviewing and made mistakes in the exam. Xiaoshuai was calm, studied according to the plan, and not good grades, and got good grades. Good or bad mood directly affects the performance in the exam. So let's talk about the fourth part about some practical applications. The first one, dealing with family conflicts. Over the weekend, a young couple had an argument over the distribution of housework, and both were angry. Driven by anger, both parties were eager to accuse each other of laziness and were unwilling to listen to each other's thoughts and feelings. The argument escalated, but the problem was never resolved. After calming down, the two communicated calmly, understood each other's work pressure and fatigue, and redistributed housework reasonably, and the conflict was resolved. And the second, sports and fitness. When Xiao Zhao first started to exercise, he was full of enthusiasm and motivation. He actively developed a fitness plan and strictly followed it. However, after a period of time, he found that his weight and body shape did not change much, which made him very frustrated and disappointed. This negative emotion caused him to gradually slack off, reduce the number of fitness sessions, and even want to give up. However, when Xiaocheng, a fitness expert, encountered a plateau, he maintained a positive attitude, took the initiative to learn new fitness methods, adjust his training plan, and finally broke through the bottleneck and achieved ideal fitness results. In the third one, exam. Before the exam, Xiaowu saw that his classmates had done more exercises than him, and he became so anxious that he couldn't sleep. During the exam, his mind went blank and he got the answers wrong even for questions he knew how to answer.
Emotions play a complex and dual role in design making and problem solving. They can either interfere with rational thinking or enhance efficiency through intuition and value orientation. The key lies in properly identifying and managing them. Emotions are not the opposite of rationality. Rather, they are an integral part of the design making system. Balanced emotional management can enhance the efficiency and quality of design making, especially in the resolution of complex issues, where the value of emotional intelligence is evident.